Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about annual credit reports and if they're good or bad. Hey everybody, Will Frazier here, realtor and credit guru, and my mission is to bring you the information you need to overcome your credit obstacles of the past to turn your dream home into reality. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about annual credit reports. So a lot of customers, when they first come to me and I tell them, we're going to get their credit reports through a credit monitoring company that I use for myself and my clients, they normally want to try to bring me the free annual reports because they basically don't want to pay for credit reports because, everyone knows you can get them for free. And of course, they want to take advantage of that. But they're not the best for all situations, especially not when you're trying to work on improving your credit. But first off, the reason why we are able to get annual credit reports is because at one point in time, we were unable to see our credit reports and unable to know what was going on. And we would just go places and the lenders could pull it and see what's going on. But we didn't have a method of finding out what was happening with our credit so we can try to work on it beforehand before trying to apply for something. So the government came up with this option so that we can get every credit bureau's report once a year for free. Now, if you want to check out your free annual credit report, you can go to annualcreditreport.com. Make sure you do go to that website because there are other sites out there that try to make themselves sound like the free annual report so that they can get you to input your credit card information and ultimately end up paying the money. But annualcreditreport.com is the only option that is actually free. You can also call them at 1-877-322-8228 and you can order your report from that number. Now, the annual credit report is going to be good if you don't plan on doing anything with your credit for quite some time, like maybe a few years or something like that. The best things about it are the fact that you get all three reports and you get them for free. So you can see what accounts are on your credit report and you can kind of get an idea of if there are some things out there that you may need to work on. But one of the key things that they don't give you with that is your scores, because the annual reports are just designed to let you see what's on there and it's not designed to calculate a score for you. And the score actually gives you a reference point to how far off you may be to a credit score that you need to apply for something that you're trying to get, like a house. Now, another thing that I hear about the annual reports that people do as a kind of like a hack to be able to see your credit reports more than once a year is staggering them. And by that I mean they might order the Experian credit report in January, and then 3 months later they may order the TransUnion, and then they might order the last one 3 to 4 months after that to try to see it multiple times during the year. But that actually doesn't work. All three credit reports usually don't have the same information. I haven't run across too many people that have the same information on all three bureaus for all accounts. It's possible to see one account on all three bureaus and it has different information on all three of the bureaus. It's actually more common than you would probably think. Because of that, you're not going to really benefit yourself by ordering them staggered out like that throughout the year because you're really looking at three different pieces of information. So besides not getting credit scores, they're not good when you're trying to work on your credit. Reason being, when you're trying to work on your credit, you need to see the changes that are happening to your credit report every month. And if you can only see the three reports once a year, you're definitely not going to be able to see how the things that you're doing are affecting your score. So if you get accounts removed off your report, if you get a credit card or something to try to build credit, you're not going to be able to see the benefit of how that is affecting your score on a month-to-month basis. And it really benefits you to see it, like just being able to see the changes that are happening. It really motivates you, and you can't do that with the annual reports. It's also not good for actively protecting your credit. So if your credit is actually in a good state, you want to make sure that it stays that way. And it's possible that anything could happen on your credit report, and changes normally happen on a monthly basis. Like your score may go up a little bit. You may get an inquiry to hit and it may go down. If your identity was stolen and somebody actually did something on your credit report, you wouldn't know about it unless you had some type of credit monitoring, because that's the only way you get notified, stuff like that. And another reason why the annual credit reports aren't going to be as good is because they aren't as easy to comprehend. If this is your first time looking at your credit reports, you're probably going to get overwhelmed by all of the information on there, and they have a few abbreviations and codes that you may not know what they necessarily mean. So it might be kind of hard to decipher what the items on your credit report are actually saying. Now, what I normally recommend for everyone is to have credit monitoring. Now, with credit monitoring, you do have to pay for it. And that is something that a lot of people don't like to do in regards to their credit. But now, if you're really serious about your credit and you're trying to purchase a home, it's gonna be the best thing for you to do. You want to take the best steps that's gonna help you get to your results, as long as it's reasonable. And that's gonna be credit monitoring. Now, with the credit monitoring, like I said, it's normally a monthly cost for whichever subscription you actually go with. But with credit monitoring, you're going to get scores, so you can actually get a reference point to where you might be. Now, these aren't FICO scores, but normally they're going to be Vantage scores, which is a credit score the credit bureaus created. But like I said, it's going to give you a good reference point to where your score is. You can normally see all the items that are on your credit report. So you'll be able to see what's going on, and you'll be able to see what you need to work on. It's also going to be easier to comprehend because they line up all 3 credit bureaus side by side, and the information is normally pretty condensed, and it's easier for you to read and determine what's going on a credit report besides just seeing the accounts that are there. Now, you also get instant alerts. So if an account is opened up in your name, if an inquiry happens on your credit report, if an account pops up on your credit report, if anything changes on your credit report, you'll be able to see it immediately because you'll get an email alert letting you know that something changed, unlike the annual credit report. They also usually come with identity theft insurance or lost wallet insurance. So basically, if something would have happened where your identity is stolen, you'll be able to be reimbursed for some of the money for the damages that may have been caused from those instances. Now, a company that I recommend is Identity IQ, and I do have a link in the description. So if you do want to try and get started on monitoring your credit with them, feel free to go ahead and click the link so that you can get that started. But credit monitoring is going to be the best overall, as I mentioned, because you can monitor your credit monthly. You can get instant updates on what's happening, and you have protection with identity theft insurance. And like I said, it's the best tool that you can have while trying to improve on your credit, especially while you're trying to work on getting a house. Now, if you know of any credit monitoring companies that you like and that you use, please feel free to comment them and leave them in the comments. Or if you have any good or bad experiences with the annual credit reports or with credit monitoring, please feel free to leave those comments as well. I want to thank you for sticking around and watch the whole video. And if you like this video, please feel free to hit the like button, share it, and don't forget to subscribe for more useful information like this.